cucumber. You'll need about 1/3 of a small onion, 2 cloves of garlic, some fresh dill, and some plain yogurt. It says it's Greek yogurt. I wouldn't know the difference if there was a difference. You got to be careful with beans. If you don't cook them enough, it'll literally give you diverticulitis. From the Latin, di meaning many, reticulum meaning sore butt. It's a terrible thing. Don't cook them enough, that's what you're going to get. You cook them too much, you're going to get refried beans. Nobody wants either one. I went ahead and bought a great big bag of beans because I like beans. A lot of misconceptions about beans. A lot of people think you can soak them overnight and it'll take the gas out of them. Doesn't work. Trust me, does not work. I don't care what you do, you're not taking the gas out of them, and why would you want to? Bounce it around, bounce it around, bounce it around. They're still getting hot right off the grill. That's what you're looking at right there. Right on time. Cooked perfectly all the way through. Really tastes that marinade in there good too. It's got a very lemony taste, perhaps from all the lemon juice that I used in it. Mike R. from Hopewell, Virginia writes in and says, RB, I've always been curious, what do you prefer, boxers or briefs? Thong, banana hammock, son, preferably in dark colors. Justin writes in and says, RB, I really enjoy your cooking videos. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I have noticed, however, that your grill appears to be really dirty. Well, Justin, it's a well-seasoned grill. And I explained this to everybody at one point when we were doing the chicken wings. The grate, yeah, it looks a little rough, but you heat it, you get it super hot, you brush it, and it's clean. There's nothing on there that's nasty. Now, what you're noticing is the carbon is built up around the inside of the grill itself, the enamel part of the grill. It imparts a very good smoky flavor to whatever I'm cooking on it, vegetables, meat, whatever. Yeah, probably leaving a huge carbon footprint. Screw you, Al Gore, I don't care. All right, makes my food taste good. So Justin, actually, when you see, if you look at it the way I'm looking at it, yeah, my grill's dirty, but much like your mom, dirty in a good way. So, your dad knows what I mean. Mrs. RB, we're going to be using her homemade spaghetti sauce, and I asked her, I said, dear, why don't you just give me the recipe for this and I will fix it? And she quickly said, no, because if you know what's in it, you will not eat it. What am I supposed to think? You know, she slowly poisoning me? Do I need to go and get with the containers of chemicals underneath the sink, put little marked lines on the levels of them to find out if she's feeding me bug killer? You know, she's introducing some kind of diabolical natural female components into my food to facilitate mind control. I have been agreeing with her a lot lately, which is kind of out of character for me. You know, perhaps she has turned a root on me, as they say. Well, boy, I knew one time was a stockbroker in New York and made a lot of money on the stock market. I mean, he really made his fortune by the time he was about 35 years old. But the rat race got to be too much for him. He sold everything he had, took all his money, bought him a big lot of property out in Wyoming, decided he's going to return to the land, build him a log cabin. He's out there like 2 months putting this thing together, man. He's got no electricity, he's got no running water. His cabin coming along pretty good. For about 2 months, one day he's out there and working on his roof, and kind of startled, he sees this old timer ride up on a mule. The old timer says, howdy, neighbor. He says, neighbor? He said, I didn't think anybody else was out here. He goes, oh, no, I'm your nearest neighbor. He says, I live a few miles over that way. The guy said, man, he said, so nice to hear another human voice. I've been out here a couple months and haven't talked to anybody. He goes, yeah, I know, I've been watching you from a distance. And I see you almost got your place built up, so I reckon you're going to stay. And I wanted to have a little welcome to the neighborhood party, housewarming party for you, over my place. I said, man, that's real nice. He says, I got to warn you, though. He said, going to be some drinking. I said, hey, that's cool. He said, I didn't bring that much with me. And he said, after about 2 weeks, all my liquor was gone. He said, I hadn't had drinking over 6 weeks. I'm ready for one. Old timer said, good. He said, I got to tell you, though, he said, you know, party like that, he says, alcohol involved, he says, well, I'll be some fighting. I said, that's all right. He said, I don't really start the trouble. He said, but I can hold my own. He says, you know, if it comes down to it and I got to fight, then there'll be a fight. You know, it is what it is. Old guy said, good. He said, I'm glad you feel like it. He said, I got to tell you, though, he said, party like that, he said, well, I'll be some sex. The guy said, hey, he said, that's right up my alley. He said, I've been out here 2 months. He goes, you know, I'm not going to turn anything down, you know. The old guy said, good. He said, I'll be glad to have you. He turns his mule around, starts to ride off. The guy says, oh, hold on, man. He goes, what time do I need to be there? What should I wear? Old guy stops the mule and turns around and looks at him and he goes, well, it really don't much matter what time you get there. He said, anytime after 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock be fine. He said, and as far as what you wear, he said, that doesn't matter either. He said, ain't nobody going to be there but me and you. All right. Ground beef in the pan. Sausage is ready to be cut up into bite-sized chunks. I left the sausage grease in the pan. My dear wife, bless her heart, said, at what point will you be pouring the grease off? And I said, well, dear, just as soon as I cook the hamburger, I will certainly pour the grease off. But you know what? Between me and you, where is she, JR? She's not in here when this is done, and it's not like a whole puddle of grease sitting in that thing. Guess what? There ain't none of that getting dumped. Well, my wife has pointed out to me that yes, indeed, there actually was a little bit of grease in that meat, which she has thoughtfully dumped off. Hey,
You dirty bitch!
You see?
Come on back here!
You saw that boat and wanted to go the other way. Damn, Mike, what do you got? Frog man on the end of that thing?
What the shit I got? Big rock.
That's a nice one there.
Check it out. Big man. That's what we call that. Yeah! Get camera.
Oh,
Work my ass off. A woman.
Well done. Dear Razor Boy, love the show. Would like to see you do more Italian dishes. Have you ever thought of growing your hair long and wearing it in a ponytail and possibly wearing some red clogs? No. And I'll just leave it at that, no. Wrong show. Thank you for your letter, though. Appreciate it. We may do some more Italian dishes, but there'll be no clogs involved, and there'll be no red ponytails involved. And you know who I'm talking about. We're pretty much going to leave it at that for viewer mail. I've got a couple others. You know, I know everybody likes it when I talk about somebody's mom. You know, I really don't like doing that, but I do it if I have to. You know, if you're looking for trouble, don't write up here, start a bunch of crap. Just simply come up here, tell Miss Sassy what you want to say, and she'll deal with you. Because personally, I don't have a temperament for it anymore. All right, well, let's cook some fish. What you got to do? Get it all together. I'm just taking pictures of it. Look, I'm a professional. Okay. Razor Boy Productions. Seriously. If I need any hints on how to get ass whooping from a 60-year-old woman wearing a silk suit, I'll contact you. Yeah, I'll make her go with me and carry the shovel. Now, I've been told that sister-in-law wants hers black. So, not only am I being forced to cook on a gas grill, but I'm being forced to burn somebody's food on purpose. So, oh good, we got a little flame there. Maybe that thing will be like a frickin' shingle when I get it off of there. I got those 2 thighs set back there for her, and trust me, they'll look like briquettes when they come off of here. I ain't playing with them. I got the other stuff piled up there. It looked like a scrum on a rugby field. you're English, you know what I mean. I don't know if I failed to mention this or not, but this Saturday is probably the hottest day of the year. We're looking at, on the thermometer, 106. With heat index, they're talking about 112, 113. So, your brilliant host, Dave Razorboy Creel, nice like that video cookery, has picked the hottest day of the year to cook outside on fire. I've got one from Justin P., Richmond, Virginia. Kind of recognize this that name. Seems to me that maybe perhaps this is the same Justin P. that wrote in and talked about my grill being so dirty. Let's get into this and see. Justin P. writes, RB, I saw your episode number 8, ribs, and I must say your new grill looked pretty good. Well, thank you. I thought she looked good and performed well. He continues, however, I do notice that it looked really dirty on the inside. Okay, look, dude, we've already been through this. It's going to look dirty on the inside because it's had like smoke and charcoal and whatnot in it. I don't know if you're doing any cooking on a grill, if you could just completely a stovetop type guy, but yeah, grills are going to look like that. You heat them up, you clean the grate off, everything's cool. It's copacetic, no problem. The carbon that you have built up on the inside, all that does is add to the flavor. So, if you can't come up with anything new, dude, why don't you just write another show? All right, leave me alone. I've got one more here. This is from, oh, this is from Brian C. in Dahlgren, Virginia. Brian writes, RB, I notice that you sometimes wear shorts, and I just wanted to tell you that for an older fella, your legs don't look too bad. Okay, thank you, I guess. Yeah, what the hell, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm an open-minded guy. I don't necessarily swing in the direction you're coming from, but thank you for the compliment nonetheless. You know, we're very gay-friendly here at Nice Like That Video Cookery, although RB doesn't practice that. But hey, if that's your thing, Brian, more power to you, brother. Be who you are. That's all I can tell you. And cook and have fun doing it while you're being who you are and what you are. Thanks a lot. At any rate, we're going to move on. We had originally planned on doing pizza, but Providence stepped in and sent us about a 90-pound spiked buck. Let me tell you how that happened. That was about 4:30 last Saturday. I'm in the study here doing the RB thing, and I hear some shots. I hear some shots over in the southeast corner of the property. So I ring up Miss Sassy. Miss Sassy's excited. See if I can recall how her report went. Compound perimeter has been compromised by unknown intruder. Motion detector, southeast quadrant, registering movement. Okay. In typical Miss Sassy fashion, she really couldn't see what she was shooting at, but she knew that whatever was there shouldn't be there, so she lit the woods up, and not long after the shooting stopped, here she comes with a 90-pound spike buck slung up over her shoulder, big grin ear to ear, bringing RB some deer meat to fix. Hey, win-win. Now, as you can see, what we're doing is we're taking these tenderloins and we're just simply dredging them in this breader that I've put together. We're gonna coat them real good. Gonna put them in a medium hot iron skillet and just fry them off, crisp them up on all sides. Now the way I like mine, I'm a sucker for a runny yolk egg and breakfast meat. It's my breakfast meat this morning. This tenderloin. It's fried deer tenderloin and sunny side up eggs. The hunter's breakfast, folks. This is truly the deer hunter's breakfast right here. All right, as you can see, taking this back loin and put it in this aluminum baking pan that I got at Food Monster on sale for like 99 cents. It's going to keep me from having to clean up a pan because I'm going to ball this summage up, throw it away when I get done with it. But what we're going to do again, is we cook this at real low heat, get it in the oven, glaze it over, and take it from there. Alright, we've cleaned up this hind quarter. Got two distinct huge chunks of meat off of it that are relatively clean and free of any kind of tendons, any kind of matter that's not good red deer meat. Got it out of there. Slicing it thin, setting it on this rack, and seasoning it with the season. Rack goes in the oven over top of the baking pan so any drippage gets caught. We're going to keep that temperature down at 250, really low. And we're going to basically, what we're doing is we're drying this meat. We're not really baking it. We're not really cooking it. What we're doing is we're slowly drying it out. This one here is from Barry B. in Manassas, Virginia, and Barry says, RB, I hear an awful lot about Miss Sassy, but we never see her. What celebrity does she most resemble? Now, I will tell you, the celebrity she most resembles, I would say is probably that gal that was on Beer Fest that drowned landfill in that big vat of beer. She's looking an awful lot like her. Excuse me? Oh, no, she, well pointed out, Miss Sassy. She is much prettier than that gal is, but I still think that that's pretty close resemblance. Huh? Okay. Well, maybe she doesn't resemble her that close. She seems to be a little upset about the resemblance thing. Anyway, speaking of Miss Sassy, you know, I really like for the participation aspect of this thing. But people, you gotta do me a favor. You can't just pile in the car and decide to ride down here and see RB at the ranch. Now, how those two gals found out where the place was and came down and actually found it and got onto the driveway, I have no idea. What? Those weren't gals. Yeah, they were. They were men. I've never heard men scream like that, Miss Sassy. You assure me they're men. Okay, well, she says they're men. All right, at any rate, they came in, and when Miss Sassy tried to stop them, they thought it was real funny to run around her. That's when I heard the gunfire. Her job, if you notice at the end of the roll credits, Miss Sassy is in charge of procurement and security concerns. And I assure you, she takes her security concerns position very seriously. If you happen upon a driveway, which I don't expect anybody else to do so again unannounced, and she requires you to stop, I believe I'd stop. Are you sure those were guys? I've never heard a man scream that way. They were. Okay. All right. At any rate, they won't be back, and you know who you are. Don't come back. She's got your pictures posted up there at the guardhouse, and even if you try driving another vehicle that doesn't have any holes in it, she's going to recognize you, and she's vowed to finish what you started. Yeah, that's her job. When she's up there at the end of the driveway, I got nothing to do with it. Okay, I don't see anybody hurt. Call me. All you do is call me. RB, I want to come down. I want to rap with you. I want to be in one of your segments. I want to help you cook. I want to bring some beer. Hey, all you got to do is get a hold of me. I got email addresses everywhere. All you got to do is let me know. That's all you got to do. I want to wish everybody a safe and prosperous new year for the coming year. And I want everybody back here at the compound for season 2. Razor Boy. Out.
Along the spot I know where no man will go, where the shadows have all the room. I was riding free on the old SB, humming a southern tune, when a man came along, made me hush my song, kicked me off away out there. As she pulled out of sight, I turned to the right, the left, and everywhere. But all I could see was a cactus tree and a prairie dog playing there. I watched the prairie dog feed on the tumbleweed, that's his home, the way out there.